So today we are going to discuss how to improve fit indices in confirmatory factor analysis CFA model. So in our previous video we said that fit indices has a threshold that they should satisfy. For instance, we said that CMIN divided by degrees of freedom, the required threshold should be less than 5.0. RMSEA should be less than 0.08. RMR should be less than 0.10. So all these are the threshold. GFI, SFI, TRI, NFI should all be greater than 0.9. So, but in some analysis, you may find that your fit indices does not meet this required threshold. For instance, you can look like these fit indices. All of them are below the required threshold. They are less than 0.9. So what do we do to improve these fit indices so that they can meet the required threshold? For instance, this one is okay because it is less than 5.0. This one is not okay, GFI, because it is less than 0.9. If you look at RMCA, it is 0.085. It is greater than 0.08. The required threshold is less than 0.08. So what do we do to this one, or what do we do to all of these fit indices so that they can meet the required threshold? So that is what we shall be looking at today, and that is how to improve the fit indices in confirmatory factor analysis so that now they can meet the required threshold. So now in our previous video we had drawn this model. We had drawn this CFA model. It has four latent variables, and they are each of 5 observed variables. So what we do is that we run the model again. So we come here, we click analysis properties, then we choose maximum minimization history, we choose standardized estimates, we choose squared multiple correlations, we choose indirect, direct and total effects, we choose total factor weights, we choose covariance of estimates, we choose correlation of estimates, we also choose residual moments, then we also choose modification indices. What we are interested in particularly is the modification indices, and we also choose the threshold for modification indices. So we can start with the threshold of 15, and then we close that window. Then we come here and we calculate the estimates. We click calculate the estimates. The model will run, and when it is complete, we get our results. You can see this right icon has been changed to green. When you click on it, now you can be able to see the results. So we have unstandardized estimates and we have standardized estimates. So we click on this icon, view text, so that now we can be able to see the results. So what we are interested in is the model fitness. So you can see this one satisfies the required threshold, but all these are below the required threshold. This one GFI is also below the required threshold. If we look at RMSEA, it is also below the required threshold. So what we do is that the first step to improve these fit indices is to check the standardized estimates. So you click here estimates, you click scales, then you click standardized regression weights. The standardized regression weight. So the first thing that we have to do is that these standardized regression weights, they should be above 0.5. So you check to see if any one of them is below 0.5. In case any one of them is below 0.5, you have to delete that particular observed variable. You can also do the same here. So you come here and you click you click the standardized estimates, then you go through. You can see here, these are the standardized estimates, these ones. You check to see if any one of them is below the required threshold. So let's assume this one 0.68 was below 0.5. So what you do to improve the model is that you go back to the model, to the original model, then you click this icon which says erase object. You click on it, and then you come here and you erase that particular observed variable with less than 0.5 regression weight. But because in our model none of them is below 0.5, then we are not going to delete any one of them. So that one means the first step of improving the fitness we have already passed, because none of these regression weights is below 0.5. So now we go to the next step. The next step of improving the model is checking the modification indices. You click here, this icon here called modification indices. Then it will be presented by what we call the modification indices covariances. These covariances, what you are going to check is that you are going to check the covariances of errors. So you see, you start by the covariances of error. So you can see this is the covariance of error 14 and error 15. It has a covariance of 69.725. So you start by checking the highest covariances. You draw that covariance. So let's say error 14 and error 15. So you go back to the model, you click the original model which has not been run, and you connect those errors. So we have error 14 and error 15. You draw that covariance like that. So one thing that you should note is that when you are drawing these covariances, you are only allowed to draw the covariances of the same latent variable. You cannot draw the covariances of different latent variable. For instance, you cannot draw the covariance of error 15 and error 6 because this belongs to different latent variable Pt and Ts. But you can draw the covariance of errors of the same latent variables. So now we go back, we check another error 13 and error 15. We come here, error 13 and error 15, we draw that covariance again. Then we come here back, we see error 13, error 14, covariance of 25, error 13, error 14. So error 13, error 14. Then we go back again, error 12, error 12, error 15, error 12, error 14. So these two, error 12, error 14, error 12, error 15. You come here, this is error 12, error 14, error 12, error 15. Then we come back again here, we check what other errors. We have error 11, error 13. Let's see whether they are in the same covariance. Error 11, error 11, error 11, error 12, error 11, error 13. Error 11, error 12, error 11, error 13, like that. I go back again. We have error 7, error 8, error 7, error 8, error 7, error 8, because they are on the same. They belong to the same observed latent variable. Then we check another one. Error 4, error 6. We have error 4. Error 4, error 6 are not on the same because this is error 4, but error 6 is on a different. Error 6 is on a different latent variable, so we cannot draw that one. So it's like we have exhausted the errors here. So now after the covariances, we rerun the model and see how far we have improved the fit indices. So after running the model, we have our results. Then we click on view text to see the results. We go to model fitness to see how far we have improved. So you can see now we have improved quite significantly, because this one has now changed from 3 to 2.431. This one has changed to 0.944. This one is already above 0.9. This is 0.932, above 0.9. This is 0.944, already above 0.9. This one is below 0.9, slightly below. This one is above 0.9, 0.99. This one also is above 0.9. Let us check the other one. This one has decreased to 0.62. It has satisfied the required threshold of less than 0.08. So all the fit indices that we are interested in have been satisfied. They have satisfied the required threshold, except this one, except the RFI. So maybe we can try to improve the model further. So we come here, we change this one, we reduce this one to 10. When we reduce this one to 10, we run the model again. We run the model. Then we check the output. We go to modification indices, and then we check what other errors we can improve. Error 17, error 18. We can connect, or we can draw the covariance of error 17, error 18, like that. Error 17, error 18. Then error 4, error 3, error 4, error 3, error 4. You can connect error 3 and error 4 like that. Let's see whether there is any other error that we can draw the covariance. Error 4, error 6 are not on the same latent variable, so we can stick with that. We have exhausted that one. So we run the model again, and we see how far we have improved the fit indices. So we click view text to see the output. Then we click model fitness. This one has slightly improved. This one, you can see now all of them has improved. This one has become 9.51, 0.93, 0.951, 0.939, 0.951, 0.896. This one is still below 0.9, but it has improved almost to the required threshold. This one is 0.916, and this one is 0.909. This one is 0.58. So now we have seen, you can see now we have improved the fit indices until all of them have met the required threshold. They have met the required threshold. So now we can proceed with the model. We can proceed with the analysis. So what you do is that this is our CFA. This is our CFA model, which is fit. It means that using this CFA model now, the data fits the model appropriately. So the next step after this one should be now to conduct the confirmatory factor analysis using this model. So this is the model that you are going to use to run your analysis, your further analysis. So that is how you improve the fit indices. That is how you improve the fit indices. That is how you improve the fit in confirmatory factor analysis. Thank you.